Welcome back for another book review. Today we are talking about this one. It's new. So this is Llewellyn's Little Book of Witchcraft by Deborah Blake. I saw her do the things for this one. She got her unboxings and stuff on Instagram a while ago and I was like, oh my god, I'm so excited for this. And then finally my library sent out the email because I have, like, my library has like a save search option so that when new titles would appear in that search result, they send you an email, which is awesome. So that's kind of how I'm keeping track of new books from Llewellyn. And this happened to be one of them, but it took forever to actually be able to have it in the system, ironically, to rent it. So it came in December and it's just taken me a minute to get to it, but here we are. I absolutely loved this book. So briefly, this book is pretty much what you would expect from the little books from Llewellyn. It is a brief introduction to all things witchcraft. It kind of just goes over the basics like you would expect. Wheel of the Year, moon phases, basic beliefs, spells, things like that. Obviously, I loved this book. I would rate it 5 out of 5. The reason being, A, I love Deborah Blake. She has a way of writing that is just so good. So even though the topics are very briefly covered in this, it doesn't feel really brief. It feels like it's enough to give you an idea. Again, I love these little books that I can just have in the back of my mind of like, oh, you're intrigued by witchcraft? Read. Because this is an easy little book to gift to somebody who's like, what do? You can just be like, here, this is not an intimidating size of a book. You hand them Triumph of the Moon, they're gonna just set it right back down. That's a big, long book. You gotta be committed to read that. This is easy. This is digestible. This is small. It's a smaller book. It's not the, like, we'll give context, because I'm doing research for my own book, so I've got a collection on the shelf of chaos over here. This is like a traditional normal sized book. I think it's like a 6 by 11-ish or 6 by 9, something like that. But then comparison, like this is tiny. The edges don't actually even go to the edges of here. You can still see the orange underneath. And of course it's a lot shorter than this book. It's also really not that thick either. Absolute ironically, I'm pretty sure in this book, I don't know if I can't remember if it was the sun book. I think it was the moon book, but same from Dorothy Morrison. So that's kind of fun. I actually don't have that one up here, ironically, because I needed that one for the Zodiacs. That book will be coming eventually in Path of a Witch. Eventually. I don't know when it's coming out, but soon. Anyways, moral of the story, this is a small book. I love these that I can just have hand, be like, read, and this is not intimidating to get an idea of what witchcraft is. The spells I thought were very interesting in the back of the book. I loved that she talked about like why your spells don't work. I think it's very important for us to remind ourselves of why it didn't work. And the spells in here felt very applicable and easy to do. It's one of the things I love about Deborah Blake. She's just a really good author. Obviously, I would say this book is definitely for beginner witches, or if you know somebody who's just like, you do witchcraft? This is a good book to hand them and be like, yes, this is actually what witches do. And it gives them spell things so they know what we actually do, which is not scary. We light candles. Woo! Like, it's not that scary. So would I buy this book? Absolutely. I want to eventually own all of Deborah Blake's books anyways, but yes, this is a great one. I would honestly actually have a couple copies just so I have one for myself, and then when people are like, oh, you're a witch, have this as like one of my easy grab books of like, yes, this is what witches do. And because I will loan them, but I never loan a book that I don't expect to get back, you know? Like, just like money. If you give people money and you're like, oh, it's a loan, just assume it was actually a gift. Same with loaning out books. So anyways, I would love to know your thoughts on this little book in the comments down below, because again, the little books, most of these have been pretty good, some have been not, but this is one that I absolutely loved. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you want to support me and get access to exclusive content, it is patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day, and until next time, thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.